Could you start by saying and spelling your first and last name?
Monica Taylor, Monicataylor. I'm the Director of Human Trafficking Prevention in Governor Jeff Landry's office.
Okay, thank you for that. I like to start off by talking about the Domestic Violence Prevention Services budget. Could you tell me exactly like what it is and how much it is?
Yeah. So domestic violence prevention money comes in a couple of different ways mostly through DCFS. So they have a couple of different state funding streams. 2 years ago, $7 million was put into the budget as one-time money in the Senate. And then last year, there was a lot of, it wasn't put back in because it was one-time money. And so then last year, that money did make its way back into the budget. We had some supplemental funding that we were able to backstop that back in there. So in the legislature, it was put back in. Once again, it was one-time funding. So this year, that money's come out. The governor has made a statement saying that he is committed to putting sustainable, continuous funding from the general fund into the budget.
So basically, just to clarify, because it's one-time funding, it has to be advocated for every year, so it's technically not a cut.
Exactly. It's technically not a cut, which is I always say the state budget is very confusing. There's probably not a lot of people who completely understand it, but that is one of the issues, right? Is that it looks like a cut, but because it was one-time funding, it just wasn't placed in the budget again when the budget was made.
And why wasn't it like replaced? I know because it has to be advocated for each year. Is there a reason why it wasn't advocated for last year or this year?
So they did come back and advocate for it last year when they realized that it had been taken out. And so the LCADV, the Louisiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence, did come to the legislature, and the legislature put that money back in. This year, what we did is we were very open and honest. We understood, because last year we were at the beginning of a new administration. So this year we were very open and honest with them about, hey, that money's not going to make it in again this year, but we are going to do some things to try and find a sustainable funding stream for you guys. So we have been in conversations with organizations about what that's going to look like, as well as legislators.
Are you able to say why why it wasn't able to make it in this year?
Yeah, because it really was one-time money, and so one of the things that we did with the new budget for this year, and this comes out of the special session we had on finance and on taxes, the governor made a commitment to take one-time money out of the budget and to really make sustainable funding choices on things that are important to the people of the state of Louisiana and the things that we need to rely on to have continuing funding. And so there's several other things, I'm sure, that were taken out as well, or wasn't put back in as well, because they were considered one-time funding.
Okay,
and it really is a way of him creating a balanced, truthful, transparent budget.
So now he's trying to make it reoccurring. So could you basically explain, why does he feel that this fund is important enough to make it reoccurring?
Yeah. So domestic violence shelters and domestic violence organizations are a crucial part of our criminal justice system. And I think so many people look at them as these are nonprofits who do advocacy work, who help victims with mental health services and different things like that. But we really do see that the longer a victim stays in contact with advocacy services, the longer that victim is going to stay in touch with the criminal justice system in a good way. They are going to stay and they are going to see that their perpetrator goes to jail. And so this really is a criminal justice issue. And the governor is committed to doing as much as possible for our criminal justice system.
I know there's other people that work along the governor. Could you explain how are the funds, brought into the budget? Who has to say yes or no? How does that work?
Right. So ultimately, the governor puts out a budget, but the legislature has to approve it. And so we are working with the governor is working with the legislature, and we're also working with the Division of Administration, who actually manages the budget once it's approved by the governor and by the legislature. And so we are working with the Division of Administration very closely to make sure that once all the amendments pass on Saturday, that we have, we'll go back to the table, we'll look at what our revenue forecasting is from there, and then we'll be able to see at what level we'll be able to put some of this money from the general fund.
And when could domestic violence prevention organizations expect to see that? If it wasn't in this year's budget, is that something you guys can add later on in April or when?
So, what's going to happen is it's currently not in the governor's budget that is currently being presented to the legislature. And what we're working towards is that through the legislative session that starts in April, that it will be added back in through either the House or the Senate. We're not sure which one at this point, but at some point in the budget process and the legislative process, it will be added back in.
And do you know if it will be, I know you said the previous years it was $7 million. Would it continue to be $7 million each year? Could that go up or down?
So we don't know at this point. I think what we want to do is have a sustainable fund so that from year to year they will know what it is. We don't know what that number is going to be for the new fiscal year because we have to wait until we have new revenue estimations.
Okay, and as far as this budget, do you guys think that it will help Louisiana as far as the domestic violence issues?
I think so. I think everybody is very committed. So this governor has been very, very committed. Back when he was the Attorney General, he was committed to addressing this issue. I did have the pleasure of serving under him in the Attorney General's office as well, and we did some amazing things to help victims of domestic violence. We had a national organization that donated over 5,000 pieces of clothing that we distributed to all of the shelters around the state, including Faith House in Lafayette. And we also trained thousands of police officers on how to deal with victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking.
And when the funds are, put back into the budget, or how could organizations apply for them, or what would they do to get funding?
So the way that they will be put back into the budget, you don't really have to apply for them. What will happen is it'll be outlined in the budget how they're distributed. I believe, I am not the budget expert, so I want to be careful about this, but I do believe that the previous money was administered to LCADV, the Louisiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence, and then they certify all of their shelters that are in the state and their centers that are in the state, and they have a funding formula that is approved both on the federal and the state level, and it goes by population, amount of people served, and those types of things. It's not an easy formula, but they do a great job at managing that money, and so that will be part of how that money is distributed.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say regarding the funding, or maybe something that I missed?
No, just that, this governor really has gone above and beyond to make sure that this funding stays. He realizes the importance of it. And like I said, the domestic violence centers and the shelters are a crucial part of the criminal justice system, and he really recognizes that.